Hello everybody, Happy New Year! This video is sort of two things in one. First thing, it's a response to Ariel's video about book challenges and whether they're good or not. And secondly, it's an explanation of the challenge that I set myself this year. So there we go. I actually am a big fan of setting myself sort of challenges for books. I think the first time I set myself a book challenge was in 2009, and actually every year since then I set myself the challenge of reading 50 books. Usually it happens, not always. Last year I read like 49 and a half, which is good enough for me. I don't know, I just still really like it, so I'm definitely doing it again this year. And I'm also adding another component, which basically is an idea that I stole from my friend Elina. Channel is here, she makes really cool videos too. And it's that I'm also setting myself a challenge for movies, because I also really enjoy watching movies and I didn't do that a lot last year. So I was thinking 50, but I'm already at like 20, so maybe I should do something with that. I'm not really sure. I want to do something that makes me focus on it a bit more, and I think that's the main point why I like setting myself these challenges. Not because I want to put myself under a lot of pressure or I want to get myself away from other things, but I really enjoy watching movies and I really enjoy reading books. However, if I do not focus myself on it this way, I don't do it as much as I'd like to. And I know that's stupid, because if it's something I like to do, I could just do it. But for me it works like that. If that's how I deal with it, I don't, and I just spend all my time on Tumblr or YouTube or just other stuff. That's what works very well for me, but it's also not something I feel very pressured about. I think challenges like this are a good way of sort of focusing your attention. I think it's a lot of fun to keep track of the books that I read in a year or the movies that I watched and sort of look back on the good and the bad things later on, because otherwise I would definitely not remember books I read 6 months ago. If you don't feel like reading, don't do it, and when you're reading, please don't put the pressure on yourself to just finish the book no matter what, or as soon as you finish the book, like, you have to start a new one immediately. Setting challenges is something that should make it more fun, and I think that may not work as well for people that are very uptight about these things, or uptight might not be the right word, but very goal orientated maybe. For me, it doesn't really matter whether it works out or not. It's just something that would be nice. It gets a lot of the pressure off and makes it a lot more enjoyable for me. Bottom line, it's really about how strictly you implement. This year I want to make some more videos about books that I read and movies that I've seen, because I don't make as much videos as I'd like to. So this would be a good way of sort of automatically having something to talk about. And I also, last year, I started another channel called Leona Leest, in which I make videos about books and I do it in Dutch. But I sort of got over the idea of several channels, because I'm not committed enough to really keep up several channels, considering just sort of doing everything right here, so that for myself it becomes a lot easier. It will be a bit of a like mismatch of topics, but you know, they're all things I enjoy. So yes, I hope I'll see you again soon and maybe go a bit more into books that I read and reviews and stuff like that. Words.